Greetings and welcome to this episodio numero 10 of our Ethiopian run here on Victoria 3. In the previous episode, how can I say it, we have been humiliated by Darfur. This was quite a surprising war. I'm still processing what happened there. If you missed the previous episode, please do not watch it because it's embarrassing. I feel embarrassed by what happened in Darfur. What happened in Darfur stays in Darfur. But basically, after that incredible defeat, I have decided that from now on, I am basically going to focus mainly on the internal development of the country. So let's start from the outliner and let's get rid of the generals. I don't want to see them anymore. Then what we could do, let me take a look first of all at the port. 5 out of 5 in Somaliland. If we move to cargo port, we get more convoys. We will need more clippers, but then we can use the trade route that we freed for the clippers. Import clippers from the Spanish market. Is it sustainable? And why hardwood is still expensive? New import route from the Austrian market, but this is a lot of clippers. I don't want to waste clippers for nothing. And honestly, this we can solve as well, I have the feeling. I have to do it like this, and then it will not be there. Okay, we still need clippers, but this we can add more routes. So, okay, clippers are solved, fertilizer should be solved soon as well. A donation of knowledge. Hamad Turnsa has offered to spend some of their personal wealth to fund the creation of a university in Somaliland. This will give industrialists some influence. I'm not against that. Let's do it. And here again we have problem with bureaucracy, and this is having an effect on our collection of taxes. So as always, the main problem is in Gondar, where we already have level 5 of government administration, but apparently we need even more. Unless, let me check one thing. Let's go like this. We will need more paper then. In the short run, we could try to fix it with the market. But we need then some paper mills to support this on our own. So let's place the paper mills again. Let's prioritize it. This will be endorsed by intelligentsia and industrialists. Let's try to pass this law. As soon as I will complete the paper mills and the chemical plants, I will stop building and let the economy a little bit recover from all these changes in the production, etc. I want to make sure that we have enough stability internally to start then importing the goods that are needed to improve our infrastructure and remove some systematic obstacles to our development, like for example this poor Ethiopian market access. Can support more declare interest. Okay, we are back among the big countries. Very good. We have lost this for some time. Where should we declare our interest? Let's place it here in Congo. Let's try with labor movement maybe, because it might help us to apply some laws for the children rights or for the labor rights. Yeah, the fact that I'm going to keep building in Gondar is going to decrease even further the market access. I really need to build infrastructure at this point. Emperor intervenes in political process. No, I don't think so. I'm not going to affect the intelligentsia to pass this law, so I rather sabotage the enactment success chance. Then we get 0 chance of passing it. Fine. Is there anything else that we could pass instead? I don't want to pass censorship, even though it might have also some good aspect. Yeah, but then technology spread. It would be very easy to pass though, but I don't want to do it. So then what we could do, let me think of some trade routes that we might remove. The one for paper are not really needed if we become independent with the production of paper. Tigray migration. Large numbers of Tigray people have begun migrating to our state of Ethiopian Amhara and its surrounding states. Very good. We are more and more attractive. GDP is up to 11.5 million. We are 21 in the world. Literacy didn't increase much after I created the university. Standard of living 11.2, that's not bad. I think it's also because the cost of grain decreased significantly. Yeah, now it's even -20, so people can eat. Population 7.48. Radicals are decreasing compared to what they were before, and the loyalists are increasing. So as you can see, growing tall is always the key with the Paradox games. And I hope that soon we'll stop paying this war reparation to Darfur. Serfdom are abolished. I think the chances are improving, but still there is a lot of radicalism because the landowners oppose this, and the landowners, unfortunately, I cannot live without them for the moment. It will be nice to reform the government without the landowners, but as you can see, that's not really possible. But at least you can see that it's much easier to develop a country when you have access to the market compared to the isolationism, where you have to rush around the map to make sure that you have access to certain resources that you might otherwise lack, and without having the possibility to buy it from other countries. And as you can see, now that we are no longer expanding in this area, France stopped too. So they really move only in the perspective of blocking us. This is quite interesting because in theory I have the most standard setting of the game. So the AI should not be particularly aggressive against me as the player. But as you can clearly see, when I do not try to expand my colonies, they do not move. And every time I tried to somehow take some territories from the colonies around, then in that moment France immediately activates and tries to cut me out of the business. Now we have the chance to increase the market access if we build infrastructure. This means that we might need in the future to build railways. We are pretty late compared to the other countries. So railway will require coal and engines. And let's start from the country with low market access. For the moment we collect a little bit of gold, but then what we do, we start creating the railway and we will import coal and engine. Some coal we could also extract because we still have the possibility to do it, but it's very limited amount of resource. Yeah, from the Ethiopian Rift Valley. We could place 2 here. It's time to make Ethiopia bloom, guys. I told you. I want to focus exclusively on the economy right now. We improve the infrastructure. We improve the industrialization. And then at some point we will boom, hopefully. After all, the standard of living is stable right now. Population is growing. Radicals are stable. Loyalists are stable. This is the time to do it. We have breeding and education. Disagreements between the landowners and the intelligentsia are causing conflicts in the government. I think it's time to damage the landowners. Raising concerns. Let's reduce the political strength of the Oriental Orthodox Church. Inefficient agriculture. So let me see. Right now the industrialists have a +8, so I think we can sacrifice 1 point here. Landed voting, we could try again, because we have the possibility here. 21% of chances. Let's try again. Revolution brewing, wow. I'm not even sure why, honestly, because, I mean, because they want censorship. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's cancel this. Let's pass this law. I'm not happy, but let's do it. As long as later they let me pass the rest and that there is no revolution. By the way, censorship might help us also dealing with these states that are in turmoil since they were annexed to our territory, so... and it was interesting, in the end censorship was not enacted. Even though the success rate was quite high, now it's even higher, 84%, but strange. And in 3 months we are going to incorporate the Ethiopian Equatoria, the colony that we formed, the second one, after the very small Ethiopian Rift Valley. And we have a proposal of trade agreement with Merina Kingdom. Oh, my friend, I'm very happy to accept. They have coal and they have wood and they have other things that we are using, and then if we will have no tariff there, it's fantastic. I completely accept, Merina Kingdom. I wanted to invade you, Merina Kingdom, and in the end we became very big friends, so I'm very happy that we can make business together. A donation of knowledge again. Who am I to go against this? Please, industrialist, keep investing in our culture. This basically means that now if I go to the buildings, how many universities we have? 4. Wow, this should help the literacy of our country, even though, I mean, we are building universities, but the literacy is not going up. The maximum we had, it was basically 40%, and then it only went down. Trade agreement broken? No, why? Merina Kingdom, what are you doing? We now have censorship, so in the end the law was passed. This will give us 100 of authority, not that we need it, but okay. But on the other hand, it will affect our technology spread. And we have the possibility to suppress and bolster with much more power, of course. Another is high radicalism to restore right of assembly. Guys, you have to decide, right? I mean, cannot be like that. Can we agree on something like landed voting, please? Guys, we are in March 1884 and we have our first railway. I don't know where it is. Yes, it's here. Of course, now we have a problem of input goods shortage for coal and for engines, but we are going to fix this in this way. I mean, this will not be productive at all. We could start producing the engine on our own at some point. And I will check what it is needed. But first of all, guys, enjoy this. Let me take a look at what we need to have the engines. Motor industries. It requires steel. We could create steel mills, but then we will even require more coal and more iron also. I don't know. For the moment, I think we will survive with what we have. But at least we have our first railway. Should we maybe create one also for Somaliland at 80% of market access? Okay, market access is increasing. 84, 80, that's not bad. Let's see if we can pass the landed voting. 12% of chances. And then after this round of consultation, I will end the episode for today. Nothing to be done. Opposition members put forth demands. Let's increase the chances of success and piss off the landowners. I want the landowners out of the government as soon as possible. By the way, they are losing a lot of clout. A lot. And I think we should use, especially now that there is the censorship, we should use our power to bolster the intelligentsia. Okay, and I will say that for today, that's all, guys. I think we made good progresses. No wars, but I think the situation in the Empire of Ethiopia is much more stable. We managed to have finally our first piece of railway, and we immediately earned position back in the rank. Now we are 36 with 12 million GDP. Literacy, I don't know why it's not really growing considering the amount of universities that we have, but it's okay. Standard of living is 11.4, could be better, but I think it's fair. I mean, only a few countries that are not colonized in Africa have something comparable. Of course, there is a higher standard of living for the countries that are owned by France or Great Britain, but if you take a look at the rest, it's all pretty red, and we are this nice, happy, hopeful, greenish land. So not so bad. The population keeps growing. We are still 20 in the world. 7.5 million. We have already surpassed 7.5 million. The number of radicals is stable and generally speaking declining, and the number of loyalists is increasing. So I will say that, yeah, things are going well. We really managed to develop a lot, to make a lot of important changes in the way we produce goods. And also we found a good balance in what we produce internally and what we get from the other markets. Generally speaking, I will say that things are going well, better than how they were looking just 1 or 2 episodes ago. Let's keep working in this direction. Let's keep modernizing our Empire of Ethiopia. We will see in the next episode how things develop. I hope to see you there. Cheers, guys.